Alright, so our next triangle theorem that we need to know is this theorem where we have angles outside of the actual triangle. So an angle outside of the triangle. What we need to do is talk about how this exterior angle relates to the angles on the inside. So if you guys remember, the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent interiors. So this outside angle equals the sum of these two angles here. So what we need to do with that information is simply write it in an equation. So we're going to say that these two angles added up are going to equal this angle. So we'll say 5x minus 10 plus 4x plus 72 is equal to 116. So all we have to do now is look at these two angles, and if you see, all this stuff's already on the same side. So if it's on the same side of that equal sign, we're just going to combine like terms. So take the 5x and the positive 4x, put those together, you get 9x. And we're going to take this negative 10, change colors to easier to see, this negative 10 and this positive 72 together, that's going to get us a positive 62. And we just bring down this equals 116. And then from there, all you have to do is solve for x. So we got to get rid of that plus 62. So we're going to subtract it to get rid of that. Subtract that, that cancels. You're left with your 9x. And on this side, we got 116 minus 62, which is going to give us 54. Now from here, get x by itself by dividing both sides by 9 to cancel out the times 9. Left with x is equal to 6. And that's finding the value of x for that problem. So all you have to do is remember that exterior angle theorem that says that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent interiors. Alright, so this next problem is very similar to that one, but it's actually going to be a multiple step, so it's like a multi-step problem. We can't just use one piece of information to solve for x. What we have to do is figure out all the different pieces that we need. So we want to find that angle. So if you look, this is an exterior angle to this triangle here. And so what we can do is this exterior angle needs to be the sum of this angle plus this angle. Now, the problem is, I don't know what this angle is to be able to add those up to get x. So what I have to do is figure out how can I figure out this angle. So to find this angle here, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this and say, oh, well, this is a vertical angle right there. So that angle must equal this one. So now let's see, can we figure out what this angle is? So to do that, if you look, we have an exterior angle here, and we have this other angle over here. So that means that this angle, this 25, plus this angle that we want to know, should be equal to this 125 here. So what we need to do then is say, we'll call that y. So we'll say that 25 plus y, those are our interior angles, should equal to that exterior angle 125. So we solve that equation by subtracting 25 from both sides. And we get that y is equal to 100. And then from there, if y equals 100, this angle must also equal 100. So that means that this angle here, x, that one should be equal to the sum of these two adjacent, non-adjacent interior angles here. So we're going to say that x is equal to 100 plus 44. So final answer, x is equal to 144. And that's it. So what you had to do here was you had to build kind of like a chain to connect up to find x. But the process for working with exterior angles is always going to be the same. The exterior angle is always going to equal the sum of its two non-adjacent interiors. If you know that, and you know your vertical angles, you'll be fine.